Hey Dr. G, I want to show you the circuit I'm building for you. So this is the control circuit, and yeah, just kind of give you a little heads up on what's going on and how it works. So essentially, this is the circuit on the breadboard right now. So this is a platform that I use to build test circuits and test them to see if they work. So I've established that this is the circuit that we want to build. We've actually got a circuit drawing for it. We've done something that's going to be sent off to the printer, the PCB printer, the printed circuit board printer, and that will be printed shortly. I did send you that a picture of the circuit this morning, but I just want to show you it working. So this is essentially how it's going to be working. So I'm just going to turn it on now. This is simulating the actual pump that's going to be in the unit. So I'm leaving that on, and we've got essentially two dials that we're adjusting. And on here, you can see this little black box here. That's the microprocessor. That's actually the computer that's in the circuit that's actually making the decisions to make it go. So there are two functional settings. This guy over here, as I turn it clockwise, increases the amount of time between the sprays, or between the time that the pump comes on. And I think it's set to 6 seconds right now as a test. And you can see the pump goes on just for a second. So there it goes, just came on. So now I'm going to turn it down to a shorter time so it pulses. There we go. That's where the wire came out. So now this is going to be pulsing more quickly. Now what I'm going to do is change this, and this adjustment, which is just going to be a little dial on the side of the box. This adjustment is going to adjust the length of time that this is on. So if I turn it down quite a bit, if I increase it, you can see the pump comes on for longer, and it will rest for a certain amount of time. Comes on again. It'll rest, and will come on again. So those are the two adjustments. It's going to be really simple. You're just going to plug the thing in. It's going to be USB powered, and you're just going to plug it in, and it will just work. There'll be two adjustments, and this thing is completely reprogrammable. This is the circuit that actually reprograms this thing. So I can actually send this computer code that I've written here, which is pretty simple computer code. Let me just get my mouse on here. So this is pretty simple code, and it actually is written to control this function. And this is the actual chips. So these are the chips. This is the microprocessor that's in the circuit. So essentially, this is the programming board for the microcircuit. I have these wires over here, so I can reprogram it on the fly. So right now I could actually make a change and then put it on here, it would act differently. So I will have the ability, once we test this thing in the field, once I bring it over and show it to you, and once we put it all together, and you do have the drawings that I sent you this morning in email, when I put it all together, I will be able to reprogram it to the parameters that you feel is best. So right now I've just got it for a rest time of, I think, in between 20 seconds and 5 minutes, adjustability with the potentiometer, with the dial. So there's one dial and you can adjust it, and that's that dial. So I think it's in between 20 seconds and 5 minutes between the time that the pump comes on. And then the pump adjustment, I think it's half a second or less to maybe 2 seconds where the pump actually will come on. And it'll just cycle, it'll just continue to do that all the time. When I bring it over to you, we'll test it, and then I can actually right there and then I can reprogram the timing for different times. But essentially the user is going to be able to adjust two dials and adjust the timing, and it'll just go. And the whole thing will just sit in a bottle, and you'll see that in the drawings I sent you. That's about it. Just wanted to give you an update on how things are going. We'll have that circuit done in a couple more days, and I will keep you apprised of that.